morning, it's Barbara. It is raining outside and windy and very damp, so I will be in the house. That's Dennis's coffee being made, you can hear in the background. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Dennis has his coffee, Pearl has her toy. Dennis and Pearl are playing. Dennis is on the internet. I almost turned it the other way. I got this thing going on with my glasses. I almost turned my camera the other way so you could see them playing in the kitchen, but I didn't want to like ambush Dennis by being on the, but he knows he's in the internet when he goes over there, so it's on him. Good morning. So today's the day, and I have to talk quick and then get this up because we are going to look at the kitchen renditions and the bathroom renditions that Tyler has organized for us. We have an appointment with him this morning. Well, this afternoon. It'll take 45 minutes or more to get there. We are at the outer range of their area that they do in terms of geography because of the distance from their office. So we'll see how that works out. I'm very excited. I'm not quite as excited as I was last week, right after he was here. I was buzzy. I was so excited. I am excited, and but it's being tempered a little bit by my concern that it's going to be very expensive, and Dennis is going to be very unhappy with the schedule and the time frame and how long he's without his kitchen. That's going to be an issue. So I'm kind of being tempered. Just for those who missed it last week, we're wanting to redo our kitchen and our master bathroom, and had Tyler come in and we talked it over, and I got very excited. And now he's worked up some designs, and we're going to go look at his CAD program and look at some of the kitchens that they have in their showroom, and have some conversations there with their team. Now, not surprisingly, since he left, I've been having all kinds of ideas. So we'll see. We'll see what he comes up with. We'll see what the cost is, because we are pretty sure it's going to be very pricey and maybe way out of our budget. But we shall see. I was talking with Christy last night, and she was like, are you sure you want to get rid of that little hallway to the dining room? She said, you should practice at Christmas and not use that hallway at all and just go around, because we're talking about going around to get from the kitchen to the dining room. And I thought that was a good idea. So we'll do that for Christmas Eve dinner, because we eat that in the dining room, and we'll see how that works. But the reality is we eat in the dining room 2 days a year if it's clean. We're only eating one this year because it's not clean. Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. So we do not have dinner parties. And so even if it's not ideal, going forward with the idea of taking that hallway space for a pantry still appeals to me, because I can go around twice a year. Now, the thing is that we go in and out of that dining room all the time now from the kitchen, because we have my baking pans and stuff. I just stick them on the table because it's easier than putting them away. And we have a wine fridge in there that we got from my niece, and it's in the dining room, but that wine fridge could go in the pantry. So all the things, we're using the dining room like a pantry is the way I'm thinking. And if we stop using it like a pantry, we'll stop going in the dining room all the time, because we'll have a pantry that's big enough. So I don't know. Things to think about. But it was a good idea. So Christmas Eve, we'll block it off so that we don't go through the little hallway, and see what the effect of that is. We had also told him that we thought we wanted both the bathroom and the kitchen done at the same time, because it's going to discombobulate the dogs, and we thought get it, all at the same time. But we're rethinking that. We think we want to do the bathroom first and then the kitchen, because doing the bathroom won't discombobulate the dogs, other than there'll be people in the house, which will, is always a thing for the dogs. But they'll be upstairs. And that works well, because the washer and dryer will go upstairs when they're done with the bathroom, and so we won't at all be without laundry service, serviceable laundry situation in that scenario. So I think that probably works better, and then power through the kitchen as quickly as possible. But I'm very concerned about the cost, so. Yeah. It'll essentially be a gift from Laura and my parents, So. Anyway, that's today. Yesterday, I hardly do nothing. Ooh. I'm blocking my Trove sweater. That's one thing I did yesterday. So I'm blocking my Trove, and if I come up with something to watch on TV tonight, I will weave in the ends of my Trove, because it should be dry. I have it sitting under a ceiling fan. Should be dry tonight, and I'll be able to weave in the ends. I have a ton of ends to weave in on my Trove, as you can imagine, because it's striped with a different yarn every, 4 rows. So that was an accomplishment, because I've been, not doing that all this time. I haven't done it, so we'll see how it turns out. I had planned to try it on before I blocked it, just to remind myself how it fit and what it was that I wanted to do. It seemed to remember that I want to make sure the sleeve length comes down. I feel like, didn't I have to redo the cuffs, the sleeves on that, because I had made them too short? I'm pretty sure I did. So I want to make sure the sleeves are, long enough, so I kind of stretched them. And I wanted to make sure it's wide enough. I didn't want it fitted. So that's what I did when I blocked it. We'll see. But I forgot to try it on before I got it wet, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, so I did that yesterday, and I, read my phone. Walk the dogs. It was raining off and on yesterday, but we were able to get a walk in. I don't know about today, because it's raining harder today than it was yesterday by a lot. So, and we have this meeting at 1 o'clock. We're not going to be home till 3:30, probably. So it'll be a little later than we normally walk. It is a holiday today, as it turns out. Columbus Day, Indigenous American Day, whatever you want to call it. But that only means we can't go to the bank or the post office. It doesn't mean stop you from doing anything else in the United States. It's not, it's a, Columbus Day sales. It's a shopping holiday, I guess. And a lot of people don't get it off, because we don't necessarily, national holidays aren't required days off. In case anybody that's not in the United States didn't know that. When I was working, the company that I worked for had a lot of government contracts, U.S. government contracts. We did policy research, and so we were studying Social Security, food stamps, all kinds of stuff. And our client was the United States government, or different departments in the government, for much of the work that we did. And so the government has requirements as to how you pay your staff and holidays and things like that. And so there was a required number of holidays. And then we picked what the company picked which of the national holidays they wanted to close down for. It was never Columbus Day. Let me tell you. They ended up adding one more required holiday, or they decided we didn't have enough or something at one point, and that's when we started getting Martin Luther King Day off, because we had to be off one more holiday due to the contracts, the government contracts. I was always sad that he was born in January and not in March, because it's a long stretch between New Year's and Memorial Day, which is at the end of May. So now, so then after that it was Martin Luther King Day, which is like the 20th-ish of January, and then goes to May. So we didn't get off President's Day, Lincoln's birthday, nothing to do with like Easter or anything like that, So anyway, we did not get Columbus Day off. We did get 2 days off at Thanksgiving. That was nice. Anyway, so today's a shopping day. We didn't even blink an eye. These people are working today to show us our stuff. Nobody takes off on Columbus Day, except people who work in a bank, or the post office, or maybe the Fed. Well, I guess we're still closed down, so it doesn't matter. I'm really sorry for the people that the government closure is having a big effect on. Very sad. But anyway, it's Columbus Day. Old style Columbus Day. Ooh, I have moved into the 21st century. The other day, I signed up for Venmo. I cannot tell you how many times I've been in situations where you could pay with Venmo, and I'm like, I don't have Venmo, But Friday, when we took Maze to the groomer, I had, in the previous Friday or 2 Fridays or 3 Fridays ago, taken all the money out of Dennis's wallet to give Pete and Terry a tip. So he didn't have any cash. And it's the same with my hairdresser, but at the groomers, they don't allow you to put the tip on the credit card, because the companies have to pay 6% or something fee for everything that's charged on the credit card, and they have to turn around and just give that money back to their person. And what was her name? Morgan did, Maisie. And so if Dennis had put the tip on the credit card slip, they would have just had to hand Morgan that amount of money, but they would have had to pay 6% on that amount of money. So they do not allow you to tip on the credit card. You have to do it another way. Well, she has Venmo. And so Dennis took the information for Venmo, thinking, oh, maybe he'd sign up for Venmo. And he tried to sign up, but something went wrong and his account got locked, and he was like, forget that. Now he's got to send a picture of his driver's license. He's not doing that. So I said, well, let me try and see if I can do it. And I was able to. And so I was able to send Morgan a tip saying, thank you for doing such a nice job on Maisie. But so now I have Venmo. I'm trying to think if it's really stopped me from getting what I wanted or going forward with anything. And I can't think of a single thing that I didn't come up with. Either a good reason why I guess I don't really need this, or I can pay it another way. So, yeah, I'm trying to see how long I've been talking. I gotta go. So anyway, I feel like that's an accomplishment, like I can really impress my granddaughter sometime when I take them out and I pay with Venmo. Anyway, it's the little things here at this address. You know that already, though. You know that already. I do have lemons I have to peel. I'll have to get to them today too. So anyway, I gotta go because I'm gonna go and see what Tyler has come up with, and I will have plenty to talk about tomorrow. Content. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.